Hey crafty friends, how are you all? I hope it is a wonderful day for everybody. I'm just coming on with a few little shares, things I've made from my recent boxes and stuff like that. For starters, I wanted to share this Ravenclaw patch with you. So remember the other day when I opened the Happy Mail from Karamia? This was in there. I don't know how I missed it. But remember, I was really tired and when I had gotten this, so I hurried up and got up and I couldn't wait till the next day to open it. So I opened it and then I left everything on my desk here and I had went to bed. Well, the next day I came in to clean everything up, and as I'm picking up those gorgeous sari fabrics that she shared with me, this was laying underneath them. And now I had picked up each sari fabric one by one and held it up to show you guys. I don't know how I missed this, but I just wanted to share with you guys. I felt so bad that I missed showing you guys something else that she had sent me. So she sent this really cool Ravenclaw patch, and I think it's really awesome. Because I love ravens and crows, and so I think it's a really cool patch to have. And thank you so much, Kara. I truly appreciate it. And I'm going to set that right here. And then I've got my November gratitude crystals here from the Spiral Rain box joining us today. And because I wanted to share with you guys the candle, there was crystals on the top of the candle and I couldn't read what they were. They're petrified wood. How cool is that? So I wanted to share that with you guys. And then this gorgeous fabric you guys see here, this is my scarf from the Bird Moss box. I dyed it and I think it's so beautiful. I wanted to share it with you guys. I ended up using both colors, so I've got this beautiful burnt orange and cranberry color scheme going on here with areas that get so pretty dark, almost black. You know, there's really dark purple in some areas. So I'm loving how this came out. And then I also wanted to share with you guys because so I had ordered these samples from this company called Cellophina, the cellophina.com, and they have spices and spice mixes as well, and you can order samples for 75 cents. So I had ordered several samples and they came in, and I had planned on using some of them for paper dyeing. I wanted to experiment with, and so they came in yesterday, which so anyway, my plan was to paper dye today, and then I ended up getting this amazing scarf to dye from the Bird Moss box, so it was really cool timing. So I did all of my dyeing today. As you can see by my hands, I've washed them a million times, and so they are so much better than they were, but you can still see some remnants of dye. So yeah, these are, here's to give you an idea of the size of these packets. They tell you you only get a tiny amount. Well, it's 0.39 ounce, this one in particular. But it's really a decent amount. For 75 cents, we source our spices from around the world and deliver them fresh to your kitchen. So I thought this was just an awesome place to share with you guys in general. And some of these I actually got for kitchen, to use actually in the kitchen, not for paper dyeing. So we have some cardamom seeds and cacao nibs, lavender flower, my favorite thing ever, whole cardamom black pods. And each one is a different weight based on what it is. And then here's so those are the ones I got for use in the kitchen. And then here's the ones I used for paper dyeing today. We got turmeric root ground up, and butterfly pea flower powder. I've been wanting these flowers just for paper dyeing, and ended up lucking out and getting, they had the powder. Then I've got safflower petals, the whole petals, and cranberry juice powder. Oh, and then real quick, well, I guess I'll start with the papers. And then I'll come back to that. So, here's an idea of our colors here. This huge stack. As you can tell, it's not ironed yet, but it needs to be. I just didn't feel like doing it right now. Oh, and then I forgot to show you guys a while back. I ordered these from Temu. These itty bitty tiny little mini. They're supposed to be purple, but they're actually a little more pink in real life anyway. The pictures look purple, but in real life they look hot pink. But anyway, they're little moon paper clips. Aren't those adorable? Love them. So anyway, here's our first one. This was the cranberry juice. And I'm not surprised that it didn't turn out so well just because it was such a super pale pink. I wasn't sure that it was really going to come out. And then it didn't even stay pink. We've got this kind of... And remember, a lot of my berries did this to me too. And cranberry is a berry. I mean, the name says cranberry anyway. So I'm assuming it's a berry. But remember, a lot of my berries did this. They turned grayish and brownish. So I think that's interesting that the cranberry powder did the same thing. So something to do with berries. I'll come back to that one. It's this one. And this one you'll see a touch of pink and yellow on here. But that came from the pan, the cookie sheet, from previous things that got dyed. So that's cool. That I love that it did pick up color from the pan, so that to give it a little more interest. So that is cool there. Next we have the turmeric, which works great, but just to share some tips with you guys, you should soak the turmeric or boil the turmeric in the water to dye the water, but then strain it with a couple layers of cheesecloth, which I did not do because I didn't know. So it leaves the turmeric powder stays all over it. I don't know if you can tell, which I think you can rub off. But because of that, the paper stuck together. So a lot of the paper is ripped and tore. So I think it's best to strain the powder back out after you let it soak in the water. So you see here I've got a lot of rippage. But the color is great. I don't like all the powder being on it. I don't know if I can get this all off. It might take a lot of work that I don't know if I feel like doing, to be quite honest. But, so yeah, just a tip to you guys to strain the powder out of the liquid. Otherwise, it would be amazing. You will get amazing color from it. And something that is really cool about when you... Oh, and I baked all these in the oven now that it's too chilly to dry the papers outside. And when you do that, you get these beautiful pinks that come out. I don't know how. This isn't from other things in the pan. This is from the turmeric. The turmeric does this. And it's such a cool, neat thing. There's some sort of chemical reaction that happens once it hits the hot pan. And it's really cool. So this is such a cool piece right here. Love it. The next one was the, what that we have here is the safflower petals, which I boiled first to get the color out and then used it as a dye. And you get a color kind of similar, only a lot lighter, a lot paler, obviously, but a color similar to the turmeric. These came out a lot paler than I thought they were going to be. They lightened up as they cooked, unfortunately. But you can see that color along the edge. And if I had more flowers, maybe, to make the dye stronger, then, see, here you get a good idea of what their color was. This also did the thing where when it hit the hot pan, it changed pinkish. So that's interesting as well. Super cool. Here's the best one. So that's definitely a really interesting reaction that both the turmeric and the safflower has. And then here is the dyes that I use. The dyes that I came in the Burr Moss box to make this scarf. I used the leftovers of the liquid, so I didn't want to waste it, of course. And since I was going to dye paper anyway, I dyed some papers with these. This stack here is a mixture of both colors mixed together. I don't know what kind of dye it is. Powder, but I don't know what kind it was. And then here's just the orange by itself. And then here's the purple. Came out pretty amazing. And you can see separation of the blue and the red that was used to make the purple. You can see where it's more reddish. You see these blue dots, so it actually separated out a bit, which I find super cool, and how it just adds a lot of character to these papers. And like some like this are more of a cranberry color than a purpley color. It's kind of, you know, but I love those. And then here is our butterfly pea flower. Look at this beautiful blue. I love how dark this edge got here. And of course, because I did these in the oven, I couldn't use the stencils. Sorry. I couldn't use any stencils, but I still love all of the variation of color and texture and design that we got in all of these papers, even though I couldn't use any stencils. They're not just solid color. There's a lot of variation here, so that's really cool. I mean, look at these. These are so neat. I just love them. This is one of my favorites. Look at that. This was the top one, the one on the top of the pile, in the on the pan in the oven, and it's so cool. This one was on the bottom of the pan, and ended up picking up some of the purple dye, purple cranberry kind of dye. So I love how that one turned out as well. And this one got some of it as well. So super fun paper dyeing. And then I wanted to share what I've made with my Spiral Rain boxes so far. I have created a face serum and some body butter. I think I've shared on here before that I do have a few autoimmune disorders, and a side effect of that is that as time goes on, I get more and more allergic reactions to different things, and the way my body personally reacts when it doesn't like something I've come into contact with, my eyes swell shut. And when I say swell shut, I literally mean they swell shut. It usually takes at least 2 Benadryls to stop it from getting to that point. So as long as and it took me a while to understand what was going on when all this first started, and then how to treat the situation. I've figured out, 2 Benadryls as soon as I have my first sign of symptoms of the allergic reaction will usually get it under control within a couple hours. But anyway, I have really dry skin, and ever since this has started, I am unable to find any face moisturizer serums, anything. I can't put anything on my face. My eyes will swell shut, especially if I put anything on my face. So it's really hard because I have dry skin and I really need moisturizer. Even soap affects my eyes. And I don't mean if I got it in my eyes. I mean, just if I stare clear of my eyes and wash the rest of my face, my eyes still start to swell up. So I was really excited about the apothecary items that we got in the November Spiral Rain box in the book with recipes. Plus, Ronnie, the creator of the Spiral Rain box, she put so much effort and research and work into her boxes. Every month you get a magazine of information that she creates and puts together. The November's was 94 pages long. She types this up herself, you guys, and it is so much amazing information. So she also goes really in depth into all the topics that she includes in her box. And she also had a lot of recipes to share as well. So I made this body butter and I made this face serum. And because for me, the number one priority is moisturizing my skin in a way that my body won't react negatively to. And I am so excited to tell you guys that for the first time in over 2 years, I now have a product that I can use on my face. Both of these, actually, the whipped body butter and the serum, I've tried on my face, and I have not had a bad reaction to either one of these. I use this on my whole body, but this one only on my face right now and neck. But I have not had a negative reaction to these. No allergic reaction. My eyes don't swell shut. And I'm so happy about it because my face is finally getting the moisture that it needs. So that is exciting to share with you guys. So truly, if you have any issues like that, I gotta tell you, try going homemade with natural products without chemicals. It does make a difference, especially if you have problems with your immune system. So, and it's not easy or cheap to do. I get that. I am definitely not chemical free in this house. It's just a huge endeavor to take on, but step by step I can get there. You know what I mean? So super excited. Thank you, Ronnie, for the November box. It was just what I needed. And thank you, Shannon, over at Bird Moss, for this amazing box that she creates. That was an experience, wasn't it? How much, let me know, did you guys love it? Because as much as I did, because I already can't wait. You know, I already can't wait for December for my Spiral Rain and my Bird Moss box. So I think that's everything I have to share today. Yeah, just looking around, I think that's all I got to share right now. So I hope you all have an amazing day. Thanks again, Kara, for this awesome patch. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.